Today we'll be talking about pets and companionship. Okay, so can you tell me what companionship means?
Companionship means if someone supporting to live with us every time, like maybe, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
exactly about companionship. Yeah, in my way, I think if somebody is staying with us all the time, when we share things
Yes,
with each other, yeah, like
exactly.
that.
Yes, so companionship
Yes.
means someone who is always there by your side. It can be your friend, it can be your husband, it can be your family, right? So
Yeah,
anyone who is closer to you in the family is called a companion. Okay. Now, can you tell me, do you
yeah,
like pets? Yes,
yeah.
which
Pets
pet?
and
Who?
companionship, actual notice. But
Okay.
usually, ma'am, where I was born, it's rural background, village. Basically, in village, ma'am, nobody don't like about pet. That is the thing I observe. But in here, it's totally different. Usually, people are like a lot pets and some other animals. I don't know exactly, but yeah. Then I don't have too much affection about pet, but apart
Okay.
from that, I have. Where I lived in my village, in
Hmm.
that time we have our home like
Hmm.
cow, sheep, goat, buffaloes, those kinds of things. They are like friend for me because they are I don't know what they call like domestic animals. Is there all?
Yes. Domestic
Is it
also will
domestic
do.
animal?
Sorry.
We call domestic in my language
Yes,
actually we call
domestic.
the cockroach.
Yes, domestic animals are something that we pet. So you can
Yeah.
call them domestics as well.
Yes.
Domestic has two meanings. One with the lady who's working in your house, and second means the animals we are talking about. So both can mean uh, two different things, right? So as English is a tricky language, sometimes the same word which we
Yeah.
use may have two different meanings. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a synonym test in which I'll give you one word. So I want you to give me another related word for that. So let's check the vocabulary count on that. Okay.
Sure. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
okay. So first one is defend. Defend.
Defend.
Yeah.
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay,
I
so
don't.
defend is to protect. Like, for example, you and your friend both are having an argument,
Okay.
and she's blaming you for certain things, but you're defending yourself. So you're trying to
I'm
protect
correct.
yourself, right? So that
Somewhere
is
I'm convey to yeah. What I'm telling is I am correct. Kind of
yes.
things.
So when you are justifying yourself and you're trying to protect yourself from that claims, that is called as defending. All right.
Okay.
Next
Yeah.
word. Next is delight. Uh,
Del-
delight.
Delight means agreeing someone's opinion.
No, delight means there are two ways. Delightful means happiness, and second word is delight means pleasure. Like for example, you feel happy with certain things, doing certain things. Maybe traveling makes you happy, so that is pleasure for you, right? So what you enjoy, what do you enjoy? That is called pleasure. That is delight. Interest in certain hobbies, so that is delight.
Okay, ma'am. Then give some little
Example.
no, no, easy words. You, I can say.
Easy words, yes, sure. So maybe desire.
Desire, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Recently, I started learning this language. In my childhood, I have a dream to become an advanced speaker in this language. So that is my desire. Is it right?
That's right.
Oh,
So desire means craving, right?
yeah.
So you have
Uh,
desire to learn this language. So the other
yeah.
word you can use is a craving, right?
Yes,
So crave,
right.
like you crave for food, you crave
Yes,
for
yeah.
certain things to be done, right? So that is craving. What about destroy?
Destroy. I
Yeah.
don't want to involve someone's life. Wait, ma'am, I'll make the right sentence.
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't get you.
Yeah, I'll take some time. I know about destroy meaning. I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah,
some time to make sentence correctly.
sure.
Okay. I don't want interest to destroy someone's life.
Yes. So destroy is correct and the sentence is right. So other word for destroy is to ruin. R U I
Ruin.
N.
Yeah.
Ruining
Yes, I know.
something, right?
Yes.
To ruin something, yes.
Mm.
What
I,
about different? What is another word for different?
different. Different. Similar. Wait. Similar is another meaning.
Um, yeah, not similar. Actually, that would be an antonym. Different means diverse, like
Like,
something which is not similar. That is different. So that is called diverse. Okay, like India has diverse culture, different cultures. So we
different
use diverse word. So can you make any sentence with diverse?
diverse. Okay. In India, people from diverse background and diverse culture.
Hmm.
Okay. Then
Yes, in
I'm going to
people
make
in
one
India there are people from diverse culture.
more. Background.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Great. Next is dine.
Time.
Dine. Dine. Dine.
DI.
Dine. Dine.
Okay. I don't know the exact meaning about that.
Okay. Dine means something which, like we say, dinner and dine. So when we go in a restaurant to eat something, so that is
Okay.
feast, right? You might have heard it or might have seen on the restaurants holding dinner and dine or dine in. You have options on social media when you book a table to eat,
Okay.
right? So that is dine in. So how would you use this in a sentence? Dine.
Okay. I went yesterday. I don't like time. Maybe.
No, I we had booked a. You can say we went into dine in a new restaurant.
Okay.
Dine means to go and have a feast, food.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a location where you go outside in a restaurant and book a table and have feast with your family. So that is called dine in. To go there and have food. So that is called dine in. Okay. Next would be easily. What is another word for easily?
Easily.
Hmm.
Easily. Effectively. Is it some
Yeah, you're close to that. Easily is basically effortlessly.
effortless?
Effortlessly, which doesn't take much of your time, and you can say it doesn't cost you much, so it is effortless, right? So you can say that sometimes speaking in English is effortless,
Effortless.
right? That means sometimes you are not struggling with words, so it is
Yeah.
effortless, right? Okay. Okay, so one more we will take. Enjoy. What is another word for enjoy?
Happiness.
Hmm.
Uh,
And
joyful. Joyful.
joyful and uh, cheerful.
Okay.
Cheerful as well. Okay, so how would you use that cheerful in a sentence?
Cheerful. Okay. Yesterday and tomorrow, the
Yesterday,
match. India own match. Uh, the opposite team, Pakistan. I cheered a lot.
yes, cheered. I cheered for India.
I
All
cheered
right.
for India.
Okay, can you pronounce this word in the chat box?
Okay. Own.
One. So here you need to pronounce it as un.
One.
One. One. So now there will be like homophones are there sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Homophones you might have heard, like same pronunciation but different meanings, right?
Yeah.
So one and one.
Uh, Sometimes career. We are a career. Somebody
Carrier
is
and career.
career in that
Okay,
way.
so yes, so that are homophones. So this one which you are pronouncing, the so ONE is one and WON is one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
little different, slight difference is there. So when we say I won the game, so it means that I have
Win the game.
acquired it, right? I have you can say that is my achievement. Winning is an achievement. But if I say one, so one is a digit, right? So that pronunciation is little slight different but very similar, so that's why it's a homophone, you can say.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to ask you to read something. So let me see how the pronunciation goes with this.
Okay.
So in your session notes, in on slide 2, you can see a passage. So I want
Okay.
you to read that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship between humans and dogs can't be expressed in words.
Hmm.
Dogs are loyal and friendly, and their love is unconditional. Make friends with dogs, and you will never feel lonely. A dog is a domestic animal. Dogs are harmless unless someone attacks them. On the way back from school, I found a helpless, hungry puppy lying on the roadside. I brought it home. It was obvious. My mother burst with anger on seeing this, but with time, my
Mm-hmm.
mother accepted him and allowed him to stay with us.
Okay,
He
allowed.
hadn't,
Allowed.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
allowed
Allowed him.
to stay
Continue.
with us.
Uh-huh.
Okay. He has sparkles in his eyes, which attracted us. My sister called him Sheru, and that's how he got a new name. Sheru does not demand much but good food, frequent conversation, exercise, and little funny activity. Sheru is a member of our family. He loves
Mm-hmm.
to play and jumps all around the house. Everyone in the family loves him dearly as a stress buster for us. He
Hmm.
is loyal and is a protector of our family. There are a lot of lessons for why everyone must have dogs at home. Life becomes easy when you have an anytime available mate like them. They provide sympathy in our bad times, behave like a bodyguard in times of crisis, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and a loving sibling at the time when we are lonely.
Okay, great. So very good. So I like that the way you read the pronunciations are quite clear with each word. Okay, so there
Yeah.
is not much like major mistakes in that. Only one or two words where I felt that can be improved. So can you read the word after one?
Okay. Ice,
Yeah, now it is perfect. And the last one.
called,
So here it should be called. Or,
called,
or sound called.
called.
Okay, so here we will not say called because is a is not the pronunciation. It should be o, called. All right.
So,
Okay, so
usually
this is where
in
I,
our childhood, we do the same thing till now. Like
yes,
some few other words also. Like
yes,
asked, like asked. When we are in our childhood, we pronounce that word asked, like
yes.
asked. And
Asked. So most of the time, like in the south side, the people have this problem because of the native
native
MTI.
language. Yeah.
Yes. So I think that your in your case the MTI is not very strong, but in certain words it can be easily identified. All right. But I think it's quite good with the reading part. Only in speaking, when you speak and
Yes.
communicate with certain words, then it comes with especially the a, z, and sounds, right? So there is where we'll have to work, and you also like a, a sound.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now, since you read it well, so where I think we'll have to do is now I will be giving you a particular word. I want you to speak on that for 2 3 lines. Okay, whatever comes in your mind. Now just take an example of the pet. Like some people like to pet snails as well. Snail, right? So I want you to talk something what you know about snails. Anything that comes in your mind, at least for a minute. Okay. So
What
it's
is that?
just like an impromptu snails, snail, snails. You know,
Snails, which
snails, insects, the one you can see on slide. Wait, I'll show you. You have seen the snails?
I don't know
I'll
that
just show
actually.
you the picture. Maybe you recall it on slide 4 and the first in the first picture, snail space.
Okay.
Do you know that insect?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Yeah. So
Yes, yes.
whatever you know about it, I want you to just speak few lines about it at least for a minute. Okay. So we are getting into impromptu speech where you will have an open-ended choice to speak whatever comes in your mind. Okay. So start.
Okay. I don't know whether I'm able to speak 1 minute or not.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
okay.
know that
Whatever
one.
comes in your mind, you can speak what it is. How does, like, where is it found? There is a chain, food chain. So whose food you can think that goes for snails, or maybe like frogs or tortoise, they have snails, right? And some people even pet them. So maybe for the sake of giving the food to tortoise. So whatever comes in your mind, you can speak your experience with them.
Sure. Yeah.
Start.
Uh, okay. First thing is it's looking beautiful.
All right.
And apart from that, actually nowadays I didn't observe too much in here in Bangalore.
Hmm.
When I was living in my native place, I found a lot because I'm used to go field in agricultural land. In that
Hmm.
time, I found a lot of snails from there. Here,
Hmm.
from last when I shift to Bangalore, from still I didn't even found single snails here. Yeah, it's all about that.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, so you spoke at least for 30 seconds from 1 minute, but yes, whatever you could speak, you spoke. So, whenever you run out of ideas, so try to share your own experience and just expand the sentence. You could just add saying that snails are basically found in the monsoon season, where they feel the warmth of the earth, and they just want to come out, and they are very slimy if you have ever touched them. So they're very slimy, and they leave some slime behind when they are the trail. When they are walking, you might have seen that sticky substance that they leave. And this
Yeah.
is how we know that there are snails around us. And tortoise is the main, you can say, an animal who likes to eat snails. Okay, so
Okay.
people may pet them and grow them in number, so that they can feed the tortoise, because most of the people in Singapore and Thailand, that's an island, right? So people like to pet these things so that they are trying to feed these tortoises, which are in numbers in those oceans, right?
My,
So to yeah,
yeah.
sorry,
It's
what?
lack of vocabulary. Sometimes I can't express my feelings
Correct.
in this language.
Yes. So for
Yeah.
that, you have to read a lot. So at the end, I
How
will tell you what you can, how you can improve that after this feedback.
Okay,
So.
ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, now I'm not much concentrating on about vocabulary and advanced level speaking. First,
Mhm.
I want to speak what I'm trying to speak. It's grammatically right. And another thing is, it looks good to hear if somebody hear that word, okay, she's able to speak properly. Otherwise, they don't feel like advanced. She's like very super. It's not like that. At least when I try to speak with anybody, whoever around with me, then they feel comfortable to speak with me. That is the main my goal
Mhm.
is right now.
Yes, see, first
Yeah,
of all, the positive aspect is that you don't fumble.
yeah, that
Okay,
is the
second
main.
thing is you're not using many filler words also. So
Mm.
whenever you have a strong vocabulary, that will be very, very effective, in terms of speaking. So you don't have to think whether these words are complex or simple. Whatever comes to you, you have to utilize it. Like today, maybe you might have heard about a particular word, say deceitful, or maybe you might have heard about the word, say stunning, right? So just understand how it can work in what kind of situations and scenarios, and then use it. Only 5 words at a time you have to concentrate on. If you go for
Some,
number of words, then it will be difficult. Okay.
Sometimes while speaking with people, I
Hmm.
forgot those words, and sometimes that situation won't arise to use those words.
Correct. So during these things, like sometimes you may translate it from native to English language. So that's why you are not able to recall those specific words. But when you think in English, then automatically you will be used to it. So just try to first focus on simplicity of this language and understand the grammar. Your grammar has to be strong for communication. So when you know the parts of speech well, or if you know the figure of speech well, and tenses, you have to master that, because without that, any sentence, even if it is correct, but if the tense is wrong, then it may change the entire scenario of that, right? So I
Earlier
would
I
just like
did that.
to, yeah.
Earlier I did that. Nowadays I am not doing more mistakes about my past tense. So you observe anything like that while I'm speaking?
Certain irregular verbs, I found mistakes in the irregular verbs, where like get should have been got.
Got it.
Okay,
Yeah, those.
read would have been read, or maybe works would have been worked, something like that. So basically you have to work on the irregular verbs, not the regular verbs, because regular verbs are easy, you know that you have to add ed to it. But irregular verbs like bring will become brought, right? Sing will become sang, drive will become drove. So it changes the entire verb. So you practice that more in
Okay.
tenses. Okay,
Again, it comes at this.
sit will become sat.
Irregular words, irregular nouns. This is
Verbs, irregular verbs, yes.
irregular verbs. This is sit and sat.
Sit and sat, sing and sang, drive and drove. So try to go through those type of words more, because when you're speaking, I did not find fillers, which is very good, because most of the time people may try to cover the sentences with filler, like like, def. No, it becomes too much repetitive, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so last thing I want to show is in the chat box. There is one more word I had written. Can you pronounce that one?
Observe.
Yes, observe. Okay, so it is observe, observe.
Observe.
And the last one is I am used to go feed. So can you rephrase this sentence?
I am is not necessary.
Mhm.
I used to go to feed.
So instead of that, you can say I used to feed.
I used to go
I
to not
used to
necessary.
feed. So here,
Okay.
am is an helping verb. So sometimes we are not required to use that, and go is an extra word added. Okay,
Yes.
so yes, so whenever you, what you have to do from today is try to hear lots of fables. On fables are short stories. You can type this on your YouTube channel,
Yeah.
short stories, and then you will find n number of results on that. Try to listen to them at least for 3 to 6 months until you are very confident about the vocabulary. Secondly, you will learn about the sentence structure.